everybody. I'm Harley Carnes. Welcome to Harley on the Headlines. Before we get started, the producers tell me I need to really say this. Do me a favor. Hit the like, follow, the subscribe buttons, if you would, and help spread the word, because it really does help. Now, this is something. Check this out. Before he was elected this time around, Donald Trump sued the federal government over a couple of the hoaxes that were perpetrated on him. Can't blame him for that. I probably would have too. You too. The Russiagate scandal that backfired on the Democrats who concocted it, and the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago that found Zippo. It's what is called an administrative claim against the government, in this case for $230 million. It's like settling an impending lawsuit out of court for the government. No decision has been made yet by the Justice Department, but if now President Trump were to be due such a payout, the final decision to do it or not would probably be his. As he told reporters, it would have to go across his desk. Now, in case his critics suspect a larcenous grab for riches, the president said he would donate the money or use it to help pay for the ballroom under construction at the White House on behalf of everyone. He's not interested in the money. Money he has. He doesn't even take payment for his job. He works without a salary, but it would be a speck of justice for all the crap he's been put through for such a long, long time. The sharpest people you know are probably in their 50s and 60s. They are the ones who bring the experience and judgment of age, the education of life, and the emotional balance that just isn't really possible for someone in their 20s or even 30s. The latest research shows the most complete form of intelligence doesn't occur until midlife. Midlife is not actually a crisis. It's the most capable stage of adult life. By the way, it's also the reason people do one of their last big dumb things at midlife. They can look back at all the things they did wrong and decide, gee, if I start over, I can do it better this next time. Often that's true, though it tends to leave some wreckage behind, and that's the big problem with the so-called midlife crisis, right? Point is, the only crisis that midlife brings is the one we create for ourselves out of panic. If we could see ourselves, as the research says is actually the case, we'd be jubilant, not anxious or worried that life is moving past us. Researchers Gilles Gignac from the University of Western Australia and Marcin Zajinkowski from the University of Warsaw found that when multiple psychological dimensions are considered together, intelligence, personality, emotional intelligence, and decision-making, overall functioning continues developing through midlife, reaching the apex at around age 60 on the average. That's why so many people reach early retirement and say, geez, I just don't feel old enough to retire. You may have beaten your body to a herky-jerky mess, but your mind and you as a human are probably at your peak somewhere between 50 and 70. If you're in your 20s and 30s, looking at your parents and grandparents who have a couple of decades on you, maybe more, they are not round the bend. They are your goal in life. They still have a great deal to teach and share with you if you, knowing this now, will let them. Some of these candidates for public office ought to pick another career. Talking about a couple of them who are Johnny-come-latelys to honesty and the side of what's right. The latest is Graham Plattner, a candidate for the Senate from Maine. He has a tattoo that looks like a Nazi symbol. Well, that's political suicide. And some emails from his past in which he dismissed sexual assaults inside the military. Can't call those back either. And there is, of course, infamously Jay Jones, running for Attorney General in Virginia, who wrote some evil text messages suggesting that a politician in the other party should be shot and killed. 2 bullets to the head. He was that specific. And he even thought killing his family would be cool too, including small children. Now, both of those guys say they're sorry. Plattner says the tat was just him as a Marine trying to look tough. Jones says he's sorry. Please elect him anyway. Here's the problem. Neither one was sorry till they got caught. If Jay Jones had actually been sorry, he would have tried to make it right a long time ago. He's had 3 years to do the right thing. Didn't make a single sad peep till he was called on it. I can smell bullshit, and so can you. Plattner says he plans to have the tattoo removed. He's had that tattoo, worn it in public for how many years? Now he says, oops, let's take it off. Both are Democrats, but that's not the point. Doesn't matter the party. That's why I didn't mention it up front. If you can't even say, I'm sorry, till you're caught with your pants down, your hand in the cookie jar, you pick the cliche, you're in the wrong line of work. It was one of the pivotal moments for Joe Biden's end as a politician the day Barack Obama took him by the arm and led him off the stage. Remember that? Like a bumbling, senile old granddad who couldn't find his way. A great many Americans saw that as it happened and some other actions and knew Obama and the Clintons and the other power brokers behind the scenes in the party were showing Biden the door for real. Guess who now says he was really pissed when he saw that and almost jumped on stage? Hunter Biden. Right. Almost jumped on stage, but didn't. Didn't say anything either, not then, not since, until working on a book and doing an interview with Axios to promote it. The fact is, Biden was losing it. He probably did need a guiding hand. But either Obama was tone deaf of the meme he was instantly creating, or he knew exactly what he was doing. I tend to think of Obama as a very bright, extremely aware, and calculating man. You know, time and again, I wind up spending time talking about some of these D.C. swamp creatures, not because I want to go there. It's just whatever the stories of the day suggest. You want to wipe your feet before you walk again. You feel like washing your hands afterward, inhaling some pure oxygen, or just going for a drive across the countryside where you very quickly see that things are there that can make you feel good again about people, about the potential of America. You may despair over the slime that coats the nation's capital, but you have no reason to give up. Giving up just means standing still, and that is the exact definition of deciding to fail. And as you drive in cleaner, open air, you can find the resolve and determination to send people to Washington every chance you get who are willing to roll up their sleeves and clean out the slime and the sludge and the collection of creatures who slither and crawl there. It has taken nearly 90 years for the socialist poison to move this deeply through the veins of the country. It'll take at least 20 or more to clean it up. All of that is really why I have to spend time regularly searching for a story that'll make us feel a little bit better. Found this one at the Good News Network. In Yorkshire, England, the Spoon Club turns heartbreak into happy memories. The Spoon Club are wood carvers. I've whittled things from a chunk of wood. All it takes is a good sharp pocket knife, an idea, and some time. I'm not all that good at it. The Spoon Club, however, they're experts. So they go to a town where a stately old elm tree or an oak or a maple or some other historic resident like that had to be chopped down. Maybe the tree was dying or just in the way of so-called progress. But once it's cut, it's down, and the crashing sound is like the end of something special wherever it happens. Well, here come the Spoon Club with their carving implements. They will carve beautiful bowls, cups, steins, all sorts of lovely designs from what's left of the tree. Collector's items, really. Some of the wood will heat the club members' homes. The tree surgeons are only too happy to give some of their good wood to the spooners. Hey, I know that has a somewhat different connotation here in America. That's okay. It's a friendly story either way. I guess that'll do it for today's Harley on the Headlines. If you're getting anything worthwhile from these brief visits, please help spread the word. Hit like, follow, subscribe, It's the way it works online, as you know. If you help, you're part of the program. If you don't, well, I'm glad you're there anyway, and I hope you have a spectacular day. I'm Harley Carnes, and we'll talk real soon.